Hello and welcome to Echoes of Color with Jefferey Morrison. Today I'm going to do another whip and chat here with you. Doing Diamond Art Clubs on Golden Shores by Chuck Pinson. Alright. Yeah. Square, 29.1 inches by 21.6 inches. 74 centimeters by 55 centimeters, 48 colors and 3 ABs, 136, 129, and 141. So, hopefully everybody's doing well. It's probably been a bit since I recorded, but I had to work for 2 days, so. And I slept in today. Way more than I probably should have. Yep. I definitely heard about it, so live you learn. And learned how to drive forklift at work, or started to. Had water sprayed all over me, and egg flying everywhere. So, past couple days, so I've had tons of fun so far. There's 71. Well, I'm glad just to be sitting down to diamond paint for this chunk of time anyway, so it should be pretty good. I hope everybody's doing well, staying safe, and is having fun with their projects. 371. Okay, so up here. Alright. Let's just dive right in here. Just doing a dark brown. Yeah, today was one of my days off, and yeah, I slept through most of it. I guess I was just that tired. Oh well. Alright, it's just this tree branch here. Yeah. Has this dark brown. No, well, yeah, live you learn, I guess, but I salvaged some of the day. Still ran a couple errands anyway. But yeah, I slept in a little bit more than I really should have. Nights is just throwing me for a loop. Sleeping during the day and doing stuff at night. Could have done more this afternoon, but yeah. Oh well, I can't really do too much about it now. Oops. Yeah, I've found like another coloring book that I could probably, it's not color by number, but yeah, I did find another coloring book, so I have a couple hanging around. I did find that sea life one, so see what I can, gotta finish that snake first, and then we'll do the sea life one for now. The other one that I found is just a really intricate designs. A couple are full page, and then other ones are like fill in, like get black tip pens and draw your own stuff. Nah. I'd probably just do like a page out of that one. It's not color by number by any means, but it's something that I can use for color and chat. I'll flip through the book, of course, but I'll probably just do like a certain page with like a full picture on it and try to color that in. After I do like a page out of the sea creatures one that I'll have to flip through as well. Yeah, I don't have very many coloring books on me. So, yeah, let's keep cracking away at this canvas too. This is the top third of first column of this canvas. Yeah, this is going to be an epic saga to get through. Yeah, when certain liquids are under a certain amount of pressure, they make a mess. I ran into that last night at work. The pipe was just slightly loose enough for product to go everywhere, and I had to clean it up best I could. Had to change my uniform too. Yeah, what a mess. And then there's certain products that you can't mix with other products. I'll just say egg. You can't mix certain egg types back together during a certain run, because it may undermine the functionality of the product in general that you're running. So made that mistake the other day too. Oh, you live, you learn, basically. Product can be used, but just for something else, for another run of egg. But yeah, that's quite a few boxes to have to rework that I caused the problem with. But no, they're relabeled, and I'll live, you learn. Now, there's little details that I still have yet to learn, and I learn as I run into them. It's not like I can be like told everything in a day and then expect to retain it all. No. Such is life. I don't know. You gotta sometimes make mistakes to understand something better. Or for something to make more sense. Or to have a correct context of the situation. That was basically how I was looking at it. Nobody's like basically gone ballistic that I messed something up. It's just, oh, okay. Alright, that's not how you do that, but this is how you do it. I'd rather have a solution, like the correct answer or corrective action, instead of just somebody bursting a gasket and just losing it because I made a mistake. It's not how they sail around there. Sail at my work. They're like, okay, yeah, you're not supposed to do that, but this is what you do instead. Perfect. I'd rather be able to fix the issue that I screwed up, be accountable that I screwed up, and yeah, fix it. There are going to be some things that are beyond my control once they happen, of course, but I would like to be able to fix what I can in order to make things run smoothly. And there are times when you set everything, like you follow procedure and set the line up to, run a product, and the parameters are off still. Like the moisture content is off ever so slightly, or something just doesn't want to run 100% as it did in a run before. And that's an example of something that's beyond my control, because it could very well be equipment. Everything's running and in order properly, like everything's on and functioning, but the certain parameters for certain batches of egg can go off kilter if there's a temperature difference or something, for example. Yeah, so. And sometimes that's just mechanical. So. But I don't like double checking that I did stuff right. It's like, yeah, and then I'm like telling a supervisor and all that. But yeah, I have the parameters set here and it's all visual on the computer screen, and I'm like, I'm still getting this result. Like, what's going on? Yeah. It's mechanical, or just the way the product is, or just how the process somehow has to correct itself a little further down the line. So yeah, that's another way that I see as communication being important as a whole. Because, yeah, I was basically left independently to get the line set up at this point. I had a kind of guide that I still use just to make sure I'm doing everything in proper order. Yeah, man, if anything's like off kilter or something goes wrong, I just notify someone, like tell somebody what's going on, and then we figure it out. So. And if nobody's like immediately around, I can like radio for help, and then the situation just gets, the problem will get solved in one way or another. If maintenance has to come in and fix something, or yeah, we just specify what's gone wrong, and it kind of sets a precedent or clarifies an issue if something does come up in the future like that. So yeah, it's effective, but yeah, then you feel like you're kind of stuck, not being able to move forward with what we originally intended to do, or like running the line or cleaning a component of the line. That's the tedious part. Yeah, because sometimes you have to wait for somebody to come, or you can't fix the problem right away. Somebody with, a good background knowledge of the equipment needs to come in sometimes and kind of tweak something or fix an error or reset a fuse or something. So, yeah. It takes patience, communication, and understanding to be able to keep something moving, keep production going, and in general, too, in everyday life. It's kind of parallel to one another. Yeah, stuff's gonna mess up, stuff's gonna break down, gonna make mistakes, gonna screw up somewhere along the line. Something's gonna go wrong. But if we're able to describe the problem, figure out how we can fix it, or if there's like a solution, then it will get fixed or figured out. So, yeah. That's kind of been this week so far. Yeah, Monday, Tuesday, and then I work this weekend again. Yeah. My work just keeps going, even if we have to shut down to clean the equipment. That's work in itself to get that going. Do something else while the machinery is going through its cleaning cycle, and then once that's done, just turn back around and set the line up for another run. Oh, excuse me. And then, yeah. This is usually run after run, and then some maintenance stuff every once in a while. When there's not another run immediately after a previous run, so yeah. Each shift ends up doing something different or the same as the previous shift did, just their time to be there, to either let the line run or to be there to shut it down and get it ready for the next run. So, yep. That's basically how it goes. It's a place where try to keep running constantly, but there is cleaning in between runs. So just try to keep the cleaning time short to the extent that need to do it. Yeah. And then the line starts back up again for another run. And yeah. Sometimes a run can take 2 or 3 shifts, as it takes time to process the product. And yeah, just the staff that comes in continues what the person was doing on the previous shift. So it's just to keep the line running and make sure it gets maintained. Yeah. Yeah, I've always looked at like a forklift, even at my previous place, and I had never uh, gained certification or training for a forklift until now. I always found forklifts intimidating to drive, but just getting on one and being supervised, like literally my first time being on a forklift, like driving it, and it's fine with me. It was a certified in-house training, so learned the theory first, sat with the instructor, and went through a training manual about centers of gravity and how to lift, safety. Yeah. So that was one night, and then the next night was doing physical checks, visual inspections and of the forklift, and driving it, like lifting a skid and backing up. Yeah, getting used to driving it. It's not like you can go be like doing donuts and all that on this kind of forklift, but I just seen a bunch of levers and brake pedals, and I've seen like 3 levers and they do different things, and how you turn the steering wheel because it's back wheel drive, and it's just a lot. But once you're like sitting in the driver's seat and you're at the controls, you can just like pull a lever to see what it does, and it's not like you're messing anything up. You just visually know what that action is. Yeah, you can kind of prevent accidents or collisions or whatever just by letting go of something, letting go of a lever, or putting your foot on the brake or whatever. Yeah. Because getting into a car and driving is just second nature now. Being on a forklift is slightly different. So the back wheel drive and my sense of left and right and going in reverse just gets mixed up sometimes, and I was constantly correcting myself just with, yeah, backing up with this back wheel drive. I've heard of it. Like, I knew it was around, but yeah, that was literally my first time on a forklift that day. The instructor was like, yeah, he was working with me, but he's certified to teach everybody forklift. It's like, when you're a night shift, just get on it, do the inspection, of course, and then just practice. It's like all you can really do to get used to the controls. Yeah, because I physically have to be doing something in order to figure it out, be able to process it. And of course, driving a vehicle or being on a forklift or setting up the line at my job is physical. Using tools, or you're physically assembling and disassembling stuff. Did that fall? Oh. Yeah, everything's like physical and visual. The display boards and paperwork is visual, highly visual environment. And then, yeah, there's radio communication, so you get verbal stuff too, but a lot of it's visual, so that's good for me. Because I'm not 100% gonna like retain everything or remember everything that I learned one day and then recall it the next day to exactly how I initially learned it. It's just something that's I've always had that obstacle. It's like, yeah, I was told and I was listening and understood exactly how something worked at the time, but a couple days pass or not at work for a couple days and then the same thing comes up again and I'm like kind of get fuzzy on some of the details. Like some of it's not second nature yet, but I'm pretty sure if I kept going that it would be second nature, but it takes time. For anything I do, really. Yeah, sometimes takes time to learn. And everybody there understands that. Like, okay, you don't know this right now, but this is how you do this, or do this next time. I don't know, I'm not really too... I'm just glad nobody freaks out. Like, I've been there like probably a month now. Well, almost a month anyway, and yeah. I don't know, well, just an ongoing thing, like, just keep doing stuff. Yeah, eventually something's gonna lock in, but eventually I'm just gonna like do stuff second nature, but I don't know, I can't force it. I can always ask and get clarification for something that I don't understand. Yeah. They're like, if you're having trouble with something, just talk. Just ask somebody. Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, because before I was like afraid to ask. Because it'd be like, yeah, what do you want me to do here? And I never got like a straight answer or anything before, but now they find an answer. The staff at my new place find an answer, or there's a solution there, or somebody knows, or they can get in touch with somebody within minutes to give an answer so I can do something. So I can figure out what to do. So, because how can you make a change to something or know how to do something if you don't tell anybody? It's like, it makes a huge difference. Like, I don't want to feel like I'm inconveniencing anybody because I'm not sure about something, but it's way better for somebody to know that there's a problem immediately instead of the problem magnifying and nobody knows about it and somebody gets hurt or something. Or it creates a bigger problem than it really needs to be. So, yeah, for anything, it's just worth it to overcome that hurdle that you might get in trouble or looked at funny because something's not quite right. It's just better to get the issue out there and solve it, have a solution, or get it fixed in a beneficial time. Yeah, because yeah, problems are going to come up. There are going to be issues and conflicts with equipment every now and again, or in life. Stuff is going to come up. And it's not going to be the most pleasurable experience some of the time. It's not going to be the best or most desired situation, but in order to get through those rough patches, it just gotta let people know what's going on. So, yep. Man, it's a learning experience, period. No matter what happens. It's knowledge through context. And that's important. That's probably like the best way to learn, through direct knowledge. 904, okay, numbers, huh? Or pound. Yeah. Basically, this section of the canvas is sky and these trees. Oh, got a bit of another house here, but yeah, so I'm a big fan of perspective, knowledge, and context. Always have been. Because every single one of those aspects is important in everyday life too. Because normally something or someone gets judged or accused of something just at first sight. Yeah, that really doesn't help anybody out. It just creates more doubt and confusion. Yeah, can't really judge a book by its cover, but I can admit that I've done it a couple times to like an actual book. To take the Saying, literally. That book's probably gonna be weird. Just look at the cover and just a picture of the author or whatever, the writer. Like, usually I like books with kind of a synopsis of the text. Just like a well-known author, like I can't think of an author like right now. Diane Steele, we'll just do that. Usually her pictures are just on the back of any of her books. I'm not picking on Diane Steele or anything, or any authors per se, but just an example. When you probably haven't read that author and you're just seeing a photo of them, okay, that's who the author is, that's great, but what's this book about? But yeah, on hardcovers, it's usually description on the jacket or like the dust cover or inside the book. And it's usually just reviews too, which just bugs me even more. Yeah, this book is great. I loved every second of it. Spine-chilling, awesome, suspenseful. It's like, I just want to know what the book's about. I don't care if you get this book like 20 stars. My own opinion is good enough for me. I'm glad other people or reviewers like the book, but I want to understand what I'm reading here. Just to start, just want to have a context or an idea of what's going on in the book. Like what I'm gonna be running into. Mystery and suspense. Okay. The genre is nice, but I don't know. I've almost always, in every book I've read, have seen a synopsis or an excerpt from the text or something. You're trying to advertise other books in a series or from the same author when all I want to do is just read the one that I'm looking at or have right now. Like, read that book. And I'm not worried about, like, other books at the moment. I just want to know what's going on with this one. I'm, like, talking physical books, that is. I still like holding a book. And for books that I don't have, there's Audible or ebooks, in other words. I can only download like one at a time. I don't have a Kindle or anything, but just something about physically holding a book that is the essence of reading. It's how I learned how to read. And yeah, it's the hobby, like sitting down somewhere or relaxing and reading. Holding a book and reading it is part of the reading hobby, or yeah, that activity. But holding a Kindle or your cell phone or listening to a book is pretty much the same. You're still doing actively listening or experiencing the material of the author, of course. But yeah. Yeah, physical books don't need batteries or data or Wi-Fi. Physical books you can just like close and put on a shelf or put a bookmark in it anytime. Well, apps you can. Your progress is saved, and you just had to hit pause on the broadcast or recording, and you just resume where you left off. But yeah, digital bookmarks, physical bookmarks. I don't know. It's just all anybody likes reading. I personally like having a book in my hand. I know with like technology, of course, there's people who probably don't like having tons of bookshelves. It's a space thing. It's the kind of space you have. You may have a smaller place or not have room for a bunch of books, and that's why you go digital. That's just fine. It's preference and what you're comfortable doing. Which, yeah, I mentioned about crafting too, or a hobby in general. Well, it's a hobby. It's like the same thing as like doing a craft or something. They gotta be comfortable with what you're doing. So it's essentially very similar, if not the same, as that crafting principle that I've probably mentioned before in a WIP and chat or a color and chat, or probably just on a Facebook group. If you're not comfortable and happy doing something, it's probably not going to be worthwhile in the long run, like hobby wise. Like if you gotta really, if you really don't like the subject matter of your cross stitch or something, then you're not going to really want to do it. But I guess there are some projects that you don't want to do, but you kind of feel you should just because you got it or it's for somebody, but it's not something you yourself like doing or appreciate. That can be hard too. But yeah, hopefully you don't have run into too many of those creative endeavors where, yeah, you're making this like you're doing the craft or your hobby, but it's for somebody else, and yeah, it's not necessarily your cup of tea, but you just wanted to do it anyway, or you volunteered to do it anyway. Yeah, you're probably gonna get a couple projects or experiences like that along the way, and that's it happens. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes, yeah. As long as you find joy, like probably 80 to 95% of the time doing your project or craft, that's probably one of the most important aspects of being creative or doing crafts is enjoying what you do. For sure. I've probably mentioned this like a couple times anyway, but yeah, kind of rehashing on topics. Is I just kind of talk about random stuff in these WIP and chats for sure. So you can only do so many getting to know you questions before they just start repeating themselves. Or the question's asked like 6 different ways and I already answered. Yeah, I didn't want to keep doing that. I answered a good chunk of those questions previously in my earlier WIP and chats. For diamond painting, that is. Yeah, I won't find any getting to know you stuff for coloring in chats. Yeah, because I just started out with diamond painting on the Echoes of Color here, so. No, don't get me wrong, those getting to know you questions are just fine, but yeah, can only do like, only do that for so long. And I did do it for a chunk. That's a good portion of my starting out videos. Well, that's okay. Well, I was okay with it, but yeah. I couldn't just keep coasting off of getting to know your stuff, or... Yeah. See, like a few new designs have come out. Like canvases for diamond painting have been released. I heard about like a new artist for Dreamer Designs, I believe it was, and there's new art from Diamond Art Club. Yeah, so new artists are getting introduced every once in a while now to have their work licensed and be sharing it with the diamond painting community through a couple different companies. And artists are extremely talented, I'll tell you that. Really beautiful canvases, for sure, from these new artists. Yeah, I think Treasure Studios Arts has a artist or two. A new artist, I think. I don't know if they're like exclusive artists, like it's just a new artist for said company, so I just go by that. I really haven't like looked at Treasure Studios their website, but I have seen like pictures of the artist's work, the new artist's work or whatever. Yeah, I'm not really going all crazy about buying canvases right now, but I did buy Pride by JoJo's Art from Diamond Art Club, and I kind of did a pre-order, I guess, is the best way to put it. Not available till like May or something. They had never done pre-orders before. It's just yeah, this will come back in stock and then good luck getting it. It's basically how that went, but yeah. So I've already like purchased Pride. It's I guess Gaia or Mother Nature or something. There's a woman and she's painting, bringing a tiger and fish and a huge white dragons in the background. I probably mentioned that I've purchased this canvas before, but it's kind of banner length. It's probably almost a meter long and something wide. Yeah, it's pretty big. It's the canvas that Miss Coffee finished a bit ago. A couple weeks ago now. Yeah, she did it in her lives. Or she probably did it as she went. Not to center any YouTube creator out or anything. It's just a creator that I know worked on the canvas that I pre-ordered for contact seating it. Well, I'm sure other people are working on Pride as well. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. And I love JoJo's art, so I just had not. I had loved like that canvas when I had first seen it, of course, but just really never jump on those when it first comes out, because there's always going to be someone ready to snag those canvases right when they're released. I usually wait a couple of restocks or so, or quite a while down the road, until I get a canvas. I don't really force myself to rush and get a new release like the day of. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, I'm fine with it. Like, get the canvas eventually, and if I don't end up with a certain canvas, that's life. I'm just glad that there's an interest in those canvases and it's helping the artists out. I'm just glad that people are finding canvases they love or want to work on, or making that their very first canvas ever for diamond painting, which makes it even more special, even more meaningful in that way too. So it's all how I look at it. But yeah, I do see the occasional post of, oh, did you get this canvas that just came out this week? I did. Okay, awesome. But I'm glad. It's great to hear and see, but yeah, not everybody has that opportunity to just jump on, sign into their onto their purchase account and just do that. So yeah, it's kind of a bummer for some people, but I'm the same way. Like, I can't just I get the email for the new releases on Saturday, just like a good chunk of the member base for Diamond Art Club gets. Just an example. Yeah, crap. Just an example, company, because I have an account with Diamond Art Club, which is a given, considering that I showed my stash on here. That's basically my collection of diamond paintings. But yeah, Saturday at noon Eastern time, I can't necessarily get on the website and just order. So it takes time for the website to load, but if you have pre-knowledge of being on the website before the canvases are officially released, then you have an advantage there, or pre-knowledge of that situation. But yeah. Okay, seeing where those drills went. I dropped a couple. That's fine. If people love doing that, keep doing that. You're supporting your diamond painting. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just not everybody can do that. And it's just kind of a bummer for some people that may know about the new canvases but just can't snag them at that time. But they will restock eventually, unless they blatantly say this canvas is going to be discontinued. They're usually pretty good for that. Most companies, anyway. Because DAC usually says usually says limited edition or something on their website when something's going to be out of print. I think that's how they do that. So that's good. I still want So Many Books, So Little Time by Randall Spangler, but yeah, I physically have to go on the site and then look for it, see if it's actually in stock. I haven't done that myself, so I don't have the canvas. So that's my own thing. But I don't go on there every day. I just get emails in my inbox about new releases or stuff on Facebook or Instagram is how I know about new canvases. Yeah, I don't necessarily just go on that website all the time, and yeah, I don't do that. I have a record of that I pre-ordered Pride, so it's in my email, and I save that message so that I can jog my memory, and I'll just get another message when it's about to be delivered or shipped out, I'm sure. So, yeah. It comes when it comes. Like, it's not like I'm short on diamond paintings. But, yeah, if that was like my first diamond painting, I'd be kind of chomping at the bit. Or my first diamond painting in a while, I'd kind of be chomping on the bit, waiting for it, but I'd be waiting patiently. Like, yeah. It's not the end of the world if I don't get a parcel like a couple days after I made the order. Like, it's got to get here, especially with me ordering from Canada and some of my stuff comes from the States, is shipped from the States sometimes, or elsewhere. I think I had something from the UK once. Yeah, a couple things from the UK, I think. Comes when it comes. Like, I've learned to be patient, but yeah, it's not easy for any of us, especially if it's a really exciting project or product that you've been waiting for before. But yeah, mail takes its time. It's probably still behind. Just gotta try to be patient or distract yourself doing something else. Trying to find something else to do so you're not constantly thinking of or waiting for that certain parcel to come in. Yeah, not easy by any means, and I do understand that it is exciting getting a certain canvas or certain product delivered to your door. It's like a nice little birthday gift all year round sometimes. Yeah, it's all good. I can get impatient too, and it happens to all of us. It's like I get excited about a new music CD being shipped that I had ordered. Yeah, I get excited about that. And yeah, the odd canvas, yes. I get excited, and sometimes I'm patient. It's like just kind of stalking the mailman, or just looking out for the mailman every day. That package says it's coming. Yeah, I've done the same thing. No sweat. I do the same thing. That's why I mention it. So, it happens. We all do it sometime or another. Nothing wrong. It's okay. No sweat. It's okay to get excited about mail. It's okay. Just, yeah, don't fire flares in the middle of your neighborhood or create a riot or something if something's not here within 2 weeks or so of you ordering it. It will come. Unless you get an email or something telling you otherwise. And there is tracking, but yeah, it's not 100% some of the time too. Some tracking doesn't update all the time either, so yeah, that can add to the kerfluffle of it all. But anyway, yeah, I just hit an hour here, so you've been watching Echoes of Color with Jeffery Morrison. I will put my Facebook information down, my companion page to the channel down below in the description, like the link to the website on Facebook. And it's called Echoes of Color as well. My Instagram and email, I believe, is what I put down on the description below of any of my videos. You can also probably contact me on here via the comments section. But anyway, yeah, if you want to subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified of any new videos like these WIP and chats, and I also just started doing color and chats, so I leave that up to you to subscribe here on YouTube if you want. It's there, that option's there. You don't have to if you don't want to, but yeah, it's just an option. I'll grow naturally, I'm sure. But I'll just keep posting videos. Much as I can, I just record when I can, so. And post usually the same day that I record, because I can only record one video and have it on my phone at a time, so. Then I just export it and put it on YouTube, so yeah, that's me. So anyway, take care, be safe, and see you next time. Bye. Take care.